Okay, so here's what I can tell. If you are working in your Virtual Studio Live and you want to save a setting, you first have to press Get down here. Once you've gotten all the stuff from the board, it'll show up here, so this will be populated. So then you actually then have the presets from the board. And then let's say you make a change and I mute or unmute or whatever. Then you make a change and you want to save it. You press this button. It will save the preset. However, it's only going to save in your computer's cache, because if you went back to your soundboard and pressed recall up there on a different scene, it's not going to recognize those changes. And we need it to be the same. So you're actually dealing with just the cache of the computer. So then you've saved that preset. So now what you have to do is you have to send the cache back to the board. And you do that by, let's say you've saved now this scene, and then you press send. And then it doesn't take too long to send it. It takes a lot longer to get all the presets. But you press send and it will do its thing. Because this is an old computer, it's going to take a little bit longer. And it'll also say it's updating stuff and doing its thing. So it does take a second, and it does kind of take over your board for a few seconds. So it's not that efficient. However, it is kind of the only way. If you're on the computer only and you can't access the board from where you're at, it will be the only way that you can take that and save it to the board so that it's in there long term. So now it's gotten all those. Now if I change the scene, you can see it's done all those. So now when I go back to this one, it saved those changes that I made in even just in the muting, but it also now changes it here. So if I go to a different scene, you can see the whole board changes. But then if I go back to that one, it was a practice. So if I recall, it should unmute 16, 18, 19. Right? So that's how you gotta load it into your cache here. Then you gotta send your cache to the board. Just saving it there, it will only save it into Studio Live Virtual. And as soon as you change the scene, all those changes are lost. So you're just saving it into the current cache on the computer. So hopefully that's a little bit more clear for you, and that helps you out.